just want to warn you that in the next 5 minutes, I'm not going to be teaching you how to do anything or discuss my most recent philosophical breakthrough, but I am going to be talking about myself. Our friend Webster defines conventional as based on or in accordance with what is generally done or believed. Well, as lovely as that sounds, it has in fact often been the bane of my existence. Unfortunately, it just took me 27-ish years to finally realize that just because you're good at something doesn't mean it's what's going to make you happy. So growing up, I was one of those kids that most people probably secretly hated, grade A overachiever. I was to go to a top university and follow that expected trajectory of success. I'd already painted the picture. But in reality, I was 17 and had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do. So panicking, I applied to 8 schools, subconsciously sabotaging each and every application, got waitlisted at 7, ended up at my last choice, only to drop out after 1 semester. Cue my first mini life crisis and the first point at which convention thoroughly rejected me, setting the stage for the next 8-ish years of my life. So I went from being a college dropout, my mother really loves when I say that, to attending a pretty great university, from majoring in chemical engineering to living paycheck to paycheck working for a startup. I had 4 jobs in 3 cities over the course of 4 years. That little journey included that straight-A student receiving a D- on her official college transcript thanks to an epic battle with organic chemistry, and thank goodness I did not dream of becoming a pharmacist, as well as a brief stint of being unemployed. I did finally land that job that I had always envisioned, funny enough, in a very unconventional way. The job was intense, the job was impressive, and it turned out that I hated it. Slowly but surely, that mental image of success was morphing more into a lady who lunches and plays with puppies all day. That success was forcing me to sacrifice all the things that I come to realize actually matter to me in life. So naturally, I thought the next step was to go to business school. But then I met these people. This past November, I was in this very room at this very event when I was introduced to the decision that ended up being the best decision I have made for myself in my adult life. My friend who I was with was like, oh my gosh, we have to do this. We will just sign up for dance and convince them that we're strangers. So I laughed and agreed, but in my head was like, oh my God, absolutely not. Well, joke was on me because a month later, not only did I find myself accepted, but I was placed in improv. Obviously, most of you don't know me, but at the time, I would have struggled to come up with anything that made me more uncomfortable than improv. So there I was with 17 then strangers, people I would have likely never had the chance to interact with before. But as we threw ourselves out of our comfort zones together, I simultaneously found myself in the most supportive and positive environment I'd ever experienced. Suddenly, I was more honest with myself than ever before. Yeah, okay, I may have not known what it was exactly that I wanted to do, but thanks to this experience, I did know how I wanted to feel. Deep down, I knew what it was that made me happy. I had just always insisted on fighting it because it wasn't conventional. Foolishly fearing that my intelligence would be questioned if I didn't fit that damn picture. Funny enough, the way you know yourself when you're 27 is a world of a difference from the way you knew yourself when you were 16. Just kidding. So, most people say that when it comes to relationships, your partner should make you the best version of yourself. And I'm a strong believer in this. But I also believe that this notion shouldn't be limited to relationships. I think everything we do should make us the best version of ourselves. So my roundabout journey clearly just speaks to the fact that I'm guided by my gut and require real life experiences to truly move forward. But unintentionally, my improv experience turned me into that person that deep down I'd always wanted to be, and that person never fit the mold of conventional success. So I thank you for letting me drag you through this airing of the short list of my life rejections and my therapy process of maybe finally coming to terms with my unconventional fate.